Aww. I live with common loons. Lots of them. I live at a log cabin on a lake in Maine. This is my view from the house. And this is the view of my house that the loons get. Every night I fall asleep to the beautiful haunting sound of loons calling. And every night I wake up to them at 3 a.m. Hey, knock it off. All right, grab a paddle and a life jacket. We're gonna go meet some loons. Classic. They're looking for fish, and when they see them, down they go. This is awkward. Mama merganser doesn't see me. She's leading her chicks right up to me. There she goes. All right, let's go meet some loons. I'm 50 yards away. They're just sitting there and hooting happily. I am not bothering these guys. Oh, for God's sakes, they swam right up to me. I could touch these guys with a paddle. Well, thanks for that. Don't worry, these are my friends. Except when they're not. 2 weeks ago, these loons would not let me anywhere near their brand new chick. See, I speak their language. I know their habits. It's maybe a little more complicated than you think. For one thing, a couple of months a year, they don't like each other. In winter, you can drive a truck in the ice out here. In early spring, it all breaks up and disappears, and within minutes, the first loon arrives. Actually, they've been watching and waiting. Even if the ice goes out in the dead of night, I know it's gone out because I can hear the loons starting to call at 3 in the morning. They can move in total darkness. Males get here first. It's mating season, and they're looking to establish the same territory they had last year, but it's no sure thing. Loons don't mate for life. In fact, when they go their separate ways in winter, they don't see each other again till spring, and it's an open competition. The same pair may mate up a year, 2, 3, 4, even 7 years in a row, but sooner or later, something's going south. They're a territorial fight, sometimes to the death. Those bills are daggers, and they can kill. And they do. Loons aren't old enough to mate or compete for territory till they're at least 5, usually 6 years old. They won't even try to fight. But once they get to that age, they might challenge an older loon for the right to the female in the territory. The older loon has a lot invested. He already has a mate. He already has a territory he knows. He's going to fight to keep it. And he's often going to lose. It's a case of a younger, stronger loon taking on the old-timer. And it doesn't usually end well for the old-timer. Since any young loon is too young to compete for a territory, mostly they'll just stay in the ocean year-round. No sense getting beat up by an older, wiser loon when you don't have to. But once they're old enough, they may just go in and pick a fight. Females will also quarrel over territory, but they won't fight to the death. The loser just goes off to another pond and tries again. Well, I see the ospreys have fledged. There are 4 of them out here. 3 in the tree, 1 flying off. Adult loons face a lot of threats, but predators aren't normally one of them, except maybe for this adult eagle. They sometimes attack a common loon sitting on a nest where the loon is vulnerable, but that bill can kill an eagle and has, and they know it, so mostly they just leave the loons alone. Otherwise, the loon can just dive underwater and wait out the eagle. Usually the eagle's not even going to try. Well, these guys are no threat to anyone. They're off the nest and they moved off to some of the nearby trees, so I guess they're branching out. People are the biggest threat, starting with lost fishing gear. Lead sinkers sink to the bottom, the loons pick it up thinking they're stones, and they can poison themselves, and it happens way too often. Discarded fishing line, they can get tangled in that. Loons cannot walk on land, so they nest right on the shoreline. They have to scooch up on their bellies to get into the nest. Unfortunately, right on the shoreline, that means they're vulnerable to flooding, and especially to waves of big boats going by too close to shore. Even if it doesn't destroy the nest, it can actually wash the eggs right out of the nest. Doesn't happen often, but snapping turtles can take a baby loon. Largemouth bass, which was illegally introduced into this lake, can take a baby loon. And worse, some idiot some time ago dumped northern pike into this lake, and they'll eat anything. So I do speak loon, and a lot of this early season calling is the yodel. That's males identifying who they are and how aggressive they are and warning others to stay out of their territory. They'll do it at night too, just to warn any overflying loon to keep on flying. The whale is just long-distance communication. They're staying in touch with each other because they can get quite separated when they're out foraging, especially at night. They can get a quarter mile, half mile apart, so they just tell each other where they are. The tremolo is when loons are agitated, usually some kind of threat. Both genders do it. Eagles, boats, float planes will set them off. I always know when an eagle is flying by, especially early in the season, because the loons just pop a gasket. Later in the season, when the chicks aren't so much under a threat, they calm down. So here's the thing. If they don't like a boater getting too close, they will do the tremolo and let you know. And it's my goal not to bother these loons. And it's sometimes not easy. So I was out here a couple of weeks ago when the baby was just off the nest, and Mama Loon would not let me anywhere near, nor did I go near. I stayed more than 200 yards away. But she still kept getting mad, so I drifted off. Then the male and female hooked up with a youngster and started drifting my way. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Just sit here and let them try to get by without problem? Am I supposed to paddle? What am I supposed to do? So they're getting closer and closer and doing the tremolo, and I know I'm causing them problems. And either I can paddle and panic them more or stay where I am. Well, they kept coming closer, so I moved off, and things calmed down right away. Just pay attention, especially power boats. Don't run them over. Later in the season, as things calm down, you hear a lot of little hoots. Those are just little happy call notes as they talk to each other. How's the fishing? Later in the season, they'll often come together in sizable groups. They'll surround a school of fish, circle it, makes dining a whole lot easier. It's a buffet table down there. All right, I'll leave you with one last challenge. If you get to play with loons yourself, try filming loons against a background of fall foliage, because they don't leave until it's just about ice up. Loons. Okay, I guess they are worth a little bit of lost sleep.